A vigil has been held in Waukesha in Wisconsin for those killed and injured when a car ploughed into people in a holiday parade. Police are to charge a suspect with 5 counts of intentional homicide. They don't believe the incident was related to terrorism. As Austria reintroduces a nationwide lockdown, European ministers prepare to meet in Brussels to discuss a coordinated response to the latest COVID crisis. The continent has seen the number of cases spiralling in the last few weeks and have introduced more restrictions, which have led to protests in several countries. Britain's version of the Grammy Awards, the Brits, will scrap the categories of Best Male and Best Female for next year's ceremony. The Male and Female Awards for Best Artist will be combined into a single prize. Those are the headlines.
Ethiopia's Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed says that he'll lead the military from the front lines as rebel advances threaten his hold on the capital. Hello, I'm Sahil Rahman. You're watching Al Jazeera Live from my headquarters here in Doha. Also coming up, a warning to Germans on COVID-19. The health minister says that they'll either get vaccinated, recover, or die from the virus. A US jury is asked to weigh up murder or self-defense. Closing arguments in the trial of 3 white men for the killing of a black man in Georgia. And Venezuela's opposition leader Juan Guaido seeks unity and calls for rebuilding after a heavy defeat in regional elections.
Ethiopia's prime minister defies calls for a peaceful end to the war with Tigrayan rebels and instead says he will lead it from the front lines. Hello and welcome to TRT World, live from Istanbul. I'm Jafar Hasdan, also ahead on the program. At least 45 people have been killed in a bus crash in Bulgaria. The driver accused of plowing through a Wisconsin Christmas parade faces 5 counts of intentional homicide. And has the dream team turned into a nightmare for U.S. Democrats? We look into why Vice President Kamala Harris's approval ratings are taking a dive.
One comprehensive bill to repeal the 3 contentious farm laws is being prepared by the government and awaiting approval from the Prime Minister's office, government sources tell NDTV. The Agriculture Ministry is also working on whether MSP should be addressed as guidelines or a law. A decision on boosters for the vulnerable and children's immunization will come in the next 2 weeks. This as doctors say the elderly with comorbidities are highly susceptible, and Mumbai report finds that the death toll among the elderly has gone back to pre-vaccination levels. Arvind Kejriwal and his party colleagues had dinner at an auto driver's house in Punjab. Kejriwal, whose outreach to auto drivers has been a winning strategy in Delhi, tells them, "I'm like your brother, come to me for anything, even if your auto breaks down." Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Jagan Reddy withdraws the controversial 3 capital bill in the State Assembly, says more legal safeguards are needed. After religious leaders object, no saffron uniforms for train staff anymore. And NDTV at the International Emmy Awards in New York on the red carpet with Nawazuddin Siddiqui and Veer Das. Sadly, no wins for any of the Indian contenders.